All right, here we go. American Progress in the house. What's up, fellas?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So
welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
No, I'm glad Bill reached out about it. But you're gonna have to help us out here, because outside of what I've done some work on and the first single with Outlaw and stuff like that, don't know a lot about American Progress. So you guys are gonna have to fill us in and tell us the story of how you guys met, how things are going, what brought you to this point, all that kind of good stuff.
Right on. Tristan, do you want to tell the story of how we met this time? We usually alternate every other.
I like the way I think it's your turn, actually.
Oh, man.
You tried to delegate and it didn't work.
Yeah. I was trying to pull the lead singer card and be like, yeah. But no, so I used to have a residency at the Pabst Tap Room when it was in Milwaukee. And I would play tons of acoustic music there and be doing my thing. And Tristan there would be running sound because he was one of the main audio engineers at the tap room. And so we would chat after shows, have a couple PBRs and whatever. A couple, you know.
Right. A dozen. Yeah.
Right. And so it got to a point one day where Tristan was running sound for a comedy show, which was right after my acoustic performance. And he's like, hey, man, why don't you stick around today? Check out this comedy show with me. I'm working. Let's hang. Let's bro down and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, man. So, 4 to 6 PBRs in, we are like, hey, man, it'd be really cool if we started a band. And I was like, yeah, man, I want to do this thing where nobody really knows what it's about, but it's, it's punky and it's heavy and it's cool. And I want to call it like American Processed or something like that. And so then, we're drinking more and more as this is going on. So part of this conversation is a little blurry to me, but I do recall, we were batting back and forth whether it should be progress or process, and then we were like, well, we'll figure it out later, man. When's practice? and Tristan goes, all right, I'm free Monday. We could do it here. All my stuff is here and all your stuff is here. So if you just come and do what you normally do, but at a different time during the week, it should be fine. And he's like, I'll play drums. And I'm like, sweet. So somehow we actually fashioned a band practice out of that drunken conversation. Mind you, we almost got kicked out of the comedy show that he was working like 2 or 3 times because we were super excited. And like we started like yelling, like, yeah, dude, excellent idea.
So loud, and everyone's like,
yeah, the comedian's like, that's not even in the punchline yet, you dick. Hold on. Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, I have mad respect for comics. We were really not trying to interrupt the show. We were just, it was an excitement that came on so heavily we didn't know what to do with it.
Magic was
really not paying attention to what I was mixing, obviously.
Yeah, and so I would like to say that normally Tristan and I are both like professionals about everything that we do. So we knew that this was like a big deal though, because it took us out of our professional element, which is not very easy to do to us.
Right.
Plus I was off the clock. You were on the clock. So whatever happened to me.
Yeah, I was technically working.
But yeah, anyway, we both miraculously showed up to the same place at the same time. We wrote 3 songs that day. And we were just like, this is like some lightning in a bottle stuff. Like it's coming out, So we figured to do another practice. And I think 2 more songs happened as a result of that one. We're like, it just happened really, really fast. It came together and we decided on Progress, by the way.
Yeah.
I could see that.
So how does Steve come into the mix?
So Steve and I met, we met years ago. We were part of the same Southeastern Wisconsin music scene. But in terms of Steve coming into American Progress, after these practices happened, we recorded the first EP. I was hosting an open mic in West Bend, Wisconsin, and Steve was just trying to get back into playing music. He had taken a hiatus from that scene for a little while and really wanted to get back at it. And so he showed up with his bass. and we were jamming, and it happened a couple of times. I said, "Hey, man, I got this new band, and we've got these songs." So I sent it to him. Steve, I know you have an interesting note about when I sent you the songs.
Yeah, so he sent me the songs, but the program I used kind of glitched out, and I just got like a 4-second loop of the song Bible. And if you know the song Bible, it starts off with, "I think the Bible is awesome," and that's all I heard on repeat. So at first I'm like, what kind of cult did, so I told him, I was like, "Is this what's going on here?" He's like, "Oh, sorry about that." Sends me the file, ends up loving the song, and I'm like, okay, now I get it. But yeah, getting that 4-second loop of, "I think the Bible is awesome," and no more context.
Right.
was-
You're like,
that
I've
was a
never
little
heard a
worried.
song like this. Is this a
Yeah.
song? Or is this...
Some of
It
my best
definitely-
work, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely
Right.
turns, it turns some heads when we start playing that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, what I wanted to add to that is Steve and Tristan didn't meet for like another couple months after that. So I would jam with Steve and I would jam with Tristan. And it got to the point, because Tristan and myself are two of the busiest people that I've ever encountered. The fact that we were able to even start a music project is pretty insane. Because we're those types of people. We're on opposite ends of the country a lot of the time. And at this particular time, I was in Wisconsin, so I could jam with Steve like once a week. He didn't actually think Tristan was a real person.
That's true.
First he,
I did not believe he existed.
Yeah,
I thought that the phone was just like AI recording, like the early stages of it.
Right.
yeah, and it was this whole big thing where, like, first, he's thinking I tried to get him to join a cult. Now there's like this drummer that-
Made up. Yeah, it's made up person. Yeah.
It doesn't exist. But yeah, it took like 2 months before we all three got in the same room. But then the same type of lightning in a bottle type thing started happening. It wasn't awkward at all. And so we knew that it was going to work out. So like we, next logical step, let's start making a record at Tristan's house.
Yep.
We hear that story more often now, right? In 2024, and as we've been doing this show over the years, we've talked about it before, the advent of technology, the fact that we can do this show right now over the internet with all of us in different places. But I guess I sound like the old man, turn the music down, it's too loud. But it's like, that's so weird, because used to, you had to live in the town with somebody, you had to see them 2-3 times a week, or maybe you went to high school with them or something like that. And now we've got bands where people they've never lived in the same state,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy how
totally.
it gels together, really.
Yeah. And I don't know, have y'all seen any of this stuff now where they're selling subscriptions to these streaming platforms that supposedly have zero latency, so you can actually have band practice over the internet?
I have seen some stuff like that. In fact, our buddy Jay, who owns the
Just
Music
gonna
Academy. So Music Academy is where I'm at right now. I teach music lessons here all day when I'm not on tour. But the guy that owns this place has been trying to jam with me via, I think, Jamulus it's called.
I've seen a couple, yeah.
Yeah, but it's the same type of deal. It's zero latency and whatever. So like he called me the other morning. He's like, "Hey man, are you busy right now? Can you jam?" And I'm like, "It's like 9 a.m., dude." Like what? He's like, no, just pull out your computer, dude.
Did it work? Did you try it? Did it work? I'm kind of interested.
So Jamulus does work. We had an issue, it was like he was on Windows and I was on Mac, and we had to figure out some stuff and whatever, but it does work.
Okay, wow, that's killer to hear. Kevin, maybe we should jump into the video, that way we can all kind of be on the same page.
Absolutely. Do you want to lead it in, or?
I think I got it last time. You hit it this time.
So
That's my luck.
this is the opportunity where you guys get to tell us everything or tell us nothing about the video and the song.
So are we doing this like Mystery Science Theater style? Like we could talk over it, or
No, we're actually going to intro it, and we're going to
intro.
play it, and we're not going to be on screen. It's going to be just the video.
Well, I think the most interesting thing to me about this was like how badly we screwed up the timing. So we thought, we came up with this idea with like the kind of ska type riff, like we wanted to do like a mall chase type scene, like early 90s mall rats kind of style. And so we scouted out some malls. We found a bunch of dead places. They were empty. We scheduled a bunch of stuff in different locations at these malls and didn't realize it was Easter weekend. And these malls ended up being packed with people, like kids, all kinds of shit. We'll just watch it, and then you'll understand why that was a conflict for this concept.
All right, well, here you go. It's American Progress. It's Outlaw, and you're watching the sound. All right. American Progress with Outlaw, and it takes a lot of talent to play that at the end like that.
Yeah, we need to bring a kazoo on stage, I think.
No, we don't.
No.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I do.
Actually, I have one, and it's got a trombone slide. So yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, killer song, guys. I dig this. Like you said, ska. That's kind of got a ska sound to it. Those shows are always fun. We used to play around down here with a band, ska band. And those are parties at those live shows for sure.
Yeah.
I really dug the I always like seeing creative shit in videos, and y'all playing the Guitar Hero in a line, and all three in a line like that. That was a killer shot.
Yeah, we kind of lucked out there because we got kicked out of 3 malls, and the one that we ended up at had the best arcade, and the workers in the arcade could not have cared less that we were there.
Yeah, like booze and shit.
Yeah, they had a bar. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
We actually brought instruments for the video shoot, but ended up not needing them.
Yep. No, that would have been, that was way cooler than having real instruments for that shot.
I agree.
Yeah, that was so fun. Oh my god! But yeah, that's like throughout the day, like I said, it was Easter weekend, so like families, like Andrew was the Easter bunny, by the way, and families are like coming up trying to take pictures with the Easter bunny, like.
Yeah, and I couldn't see because it was sunny. So like basically I could see really well if I weren't looking in any direction that there was sunlight, but all the white in that costume, when that light hits it, it's just everything is just white, big blinding white light. So they would have children calling out to me to meet me, and then one of the guys would have to like turn me. Yeah, he's over there. He's over there. And I'm just like, these parents think, I mean, that Easter bunny visit sign was organically there. And we just, decided to film me getting the crap beat out of me in front of it. And right after we did that is when these cars are coming up and they're like, oh my God, Easter bunny's here.
was the Guitar Hero the dots on the screen, was that really your song, or I was trying to figure it out?
Luke, our video guy.
Yeah, we have a really great video team, and we had some cats. A lot of the little animated chunk portions were like added after the fact. So like the dots and the thought bubbles and the Guitar Hero stuff and like the getaway dust and like stuff like that was all.
That's
like
true. It was 2 different teams that worked on it, and I forget who did what exactly, but they were both fantastic.
Yeah, but the dots on Guitar Hero, that wasn't a different song? That was actually dotted for your song, or no?
Do you remember who overlaid that one?
So
it looked like it was syncing up at certain points.
Yeah, I don't know where he pulled it from. Obviously something with a Guitar Hero somewhere, but yeah, he did a tremendous job lining it up.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, no, like the only score that was legit was the 69 on the screen. I just thought it was hilarious that we were all like really excited about a failing score, and like everyone was just like,
Well, you definitely nailed the 80s being chased in the or the 90s, 80s, early 90s chased in the mall theme. That was pretty good.
And
yeah.
The thing I loved about it was just like playing music and doing what you love. It's fun, right? And you guys in that video, you look like you were having the best times of your life. You were reliving your youth. You were down the arcade. You were smashing, the Guitar Hero and stuff like that. It just looked like a ball.
That's what it is on stage too. We're all having a blast on stage, man. Our shows are just full of high energy, and we bring it every time.
And that's what it's all about.
It is what it's all about, man. That's just like what's really the only point of this band, and it's like the only thing it's been the entire theme since day one is just fuck around, have fun, and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
If you can't do that, it's not worth doing.
Agreed.
Right.
Where
Absolutely.
where y'all at in the process? Like Kevin mentioned, because y'all are new to us. Where are you at in the process? Obviously, you got the song here and you got the video. Have you been playing a lot of live shows? Have we played any live shows yet? Are you on tour? Like, bring us up to snuff on that.
All of the above.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we just put out an album called Dewey NO, and we got 10 songs on there.
Yep. 10 songs. Yep.
Yep. And then so we're really pushing Outlaw because that's kind of like the pilot of this thing. We actually have our own little hashtag now. It's #RequestOutlaw. So if our people listening today could help us out with that, would be greatly appreciative of that. And then as far as shows, we played almost every day in August. It was nuts. We even had a couple days where we played like 2 shows in a day. Or we'd have, some sort of interview and then a show and then a show. So like we'd do 3 obligations in a single day. And yeah, we've got some shows coming up. I don't know if one of you guys wants to take point because I talk a lot, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, like Andrew said, we dropped this album the 4th of July, Dewey NO, and we've just been pushing the hell out of it all summer long. Outlaw has been the one that really caught on. The thing is, we're an independent band. We don't have a label. We don't have a massive budget. So, it's all just about the putting in the work and putting in the miles. So we've been moving around, like, as any place that'll let us play, just kind of trying to show up and kill it. But yeah, we have some killer upcoming shows. Really looking forward to our Halloween show at Ope Brewery. This will be our 3rd time playing this joint. It's one of our favorite venues.
It is killer. It is like it's the perfect size for like a rager, rock show. They have excellent brews at that brewery. And then
last time somebody brought a pig.
Yeah.
It's a party.
Like, people bring their dogs and they've got the garage doors open out to like the outside and food trucks. It like one of my favorite places to play is Oak Brewing. So
yeah, and it's on Halloween, so it's costume contests, all the debauchery. So that one, I'm really, really, really stoked about that. Like actually all of October, we have a lot of really cool stuff dropping. Just a lot of new content, a lot of like Halloween themed stuff that we're really excited to release. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming over the next month for sure.
So if anybody wants to catch up and find out where all of this cool stuff is happening, where they need to go.
You could go to any of our social media pages. We don't have a .com. Again, low budget, no label band. So we're doing it all social media, word of mouth style. Just trying to also like keep those numbers coming into those places. So instead of fighting with paying for a .com and a domain and all this extra stuff, we're just going to keep it organic and do it, the place where everyone looks automatically every day anyway. So find your social media of choice. We're on all of them. And I think we do a pretty good job of spreading around the news from all platforms.
Yeah, we're even getting back into TikTok now. We tried it and we felt old.
Yeah.
And then we were like, wait a minute. If we're good enough, if we feel young enough to get out and jump on stages and jump into crowds and do all this stuff, then we can hang with the kids on TikTok too. And so we're getting back into it. We're trying. Don't hurt us too bad.
Right. I hear you. No, I feel the same way sometimes when I'm on there. But it has grown up a lot, right? Especially since it's first hit the scene. I mean, there's a lot of people on there now doing a lot of different things.
Yeah. I'll put a statement out there right now. I hate TikTok.
I'm with him.
I absolutely hate it, right?
I feel it, but
I go on there.
Redoing the TikTok. This is news to me too. So I guess Andrew's.
Well, we made the account when we were drunk, and then a while later we were like, I don't know. And then I just remembered the password. What
I do outside of this is I own a social media marketing company with Lisa. She would be on here. So part of my job doing that is going and seeing what's trending and stuff on TikTok, right? So I'll go on there for work. 5 hours later, I'm still sat on it scrolling.
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, So the one thing that I will say that I've realized about TikTok from I started up my personal one again too. I remembered the passwords to these things, so I was like, oh, I'll jump in. And when I tell people on TikTok to go to a link and like purchase a record, they actually might. When I tell people on Facebook or Instagram to do that, like maybe like Instagram's engagement's pretty decent. People might, click the link in bio, maybe not. Facebook, it's like crickets, and part of that's algorithmic, but part of it's like, things are just shifting from that platform too. So we kind of like, or I kind of in this case was just like, we got to get back on TikTok, I guess.
Yeah.
And the thing with TikTok and that I've noticed with our group is somebody has to do that daily.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be done.
All the social media shit, man. And that's the thing. It's just like, it's back to the independent artist thing. It's like no label, no crew, no promotional staff, no social media team. This is a job. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you basically, if you want to be in a band, a successful band, you also have to become content creators now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
Sure.
100%. We talked about that multiple times on the show. Like, you can't just be the guitar
it's
player or
draining.
the whatever anymore. Like, you got to be that
You
other
gotta
shit
wear
too.
so many hats. It's unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's extremely time consuming, but worth it. I mean, the results that we've seen, actually, like it's kind of like sometimes you don't want to wake up in the morning. You don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to do this. There's all these things that you don't want to do. I don't want to go on TikTok, but then you do it and like you actually start seeing results from it. And it's like anything, like just building that habit, you start seeing the results and you're like, oh, okay, this is super worth it. So I've started hating all that stuff a lot less, even though it is a major pain in the ass.
And I think you're right. There are the rewarding aspects to it. Like you do get on there and you talk to people who are like just learning about the band, are really excited about it, or saw a show, or have some content that they like made while watching the show that's fucking sick. Like we've had so many of those come up over this tour in August. So yeah, I mean, it is definitely cool to connect with people who are jigging on the project also. So you're right. There definitely are rewarding parts. It's just, man,
It's a pain.
Yeah.
And it's an internet-based, industry now. Like, I don't know if you've recognized the accent, but I'm over in the UK.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fucking 3 o'clock in the morning over there.
Yeah. So it's 2:30, almost 2:30 in the morning here. But I'm over in the
Jesus.
UK, and it's like predominantly what I do with the sound and riff is I'm on American time, but I find so much music via the internet, so many underground bands that are unknown, especially over in America, France and Germany and stuff like that. It's such a good way to get your music out there.
It really is. The cultural side of it, is a mess, and like it's a lot to overcome, but there's pros and cons with anything, and finding those people in there that are there for music and there for art and there for what I call the right reasons. I mean, that's kind of, I've got a major bias there, but people that are there to expand themselves instead of just argue with strangers. It's nice finding those people.
I noticed, and I haven't seen it in a while, but it happened one day on my Spotify. Spotify had stories in there or shorts or whatever they were calling it.
Yeah.
But they don't put it on the homepage anymore.
I know.
I don't know where to go find that shit so I can scroll through. I'd much rather scroll through music.
Correct.
Than fucking who's promoting their OnlyFans.
Hell yeah.
So, I mean, I would I hate scrolling through all the bullshit to get to the music part of it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I was like you, Kevin, when I saw that, like whatever you want to call it, whether it was stories or whatever on Spotify, I was like, oh hell yeah, they're on to something here. And then it doesn't seem like it's a feature that they're really pushing now. I don't know.
And
I
you figured YouTube music would hop into that because they have the YouTube shorts and stuff like that. But when you're on YouTube music, it's the song or it's the video. There's no in between there.
Right.
And I think it's coming slowly. TikTok, for instance, TikTok music. It's not in every country yet, but it's basically going to be like TikTok, but it's just going to predominantly be music, and it's going to be so easy for people to transgress from seeing a video of a 30-second a minute video or song of yours to go and listening to the full track and the EPs and the albums.
Yep.
So it's coming soon. It's just not in every country yet.
I feel
Write
like
that down,
we're on our. What was that?
Yeah.
Write that
I was
down,
gonna say,
Andrew.
where do y'all? We mentioned y'all are in multiple states, but where do you call home? Like, what is your hometown, home state? You know, what do you
Oh
represent?
no, we're all in Wisconsin. Just
Oh, okay.
Andrew and I do a lot of traveling between
For
our
other stuff.
work and stuff.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm in Milwaukee, and they're a little closer to West Bend, so we're within 45 minutes approximately.
Yeah, where I live is super confusing and awesome. It's Village of Farmington, Township of Cheeseville, City of West Bend, Wisconsin.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm in the heart of West Bend, Wisconsin, baby.
Yeah, his is
WB.
easy.
WB.
Okay.
I got
You
the
get,
confused mailman outside my house.
Packers fans, I would assume.
All day, right
Yeah.
here.
Okay. You know,
Yeah.
Brett Favre's from just right down the road from me where he grew up. So
Oh, and yeah, driven past. Yep.
yeah. So well, hell yeah, guys. Thank y'all for jumping on with us tonight.
Absolutely.
People up in that area, or you want to drive and go see a show, go check them out, man. Look them up on the socials. They said they're out there. That's what they're doing. The video, I'm assuming that's on YouTube as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So go check them out, man. That's killer. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you
thank you
guys.
guys.
We appreciate it. Anything
Yeah.
you need, let us know.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all.